trauma with this guy, man, and the whole situation. And I just want to say, I think he needs a lot of prayer, and he needs mental health, like the things that we can relate to, you know?
Absolutely.
I think that's what's going to save him or help him. Nothing else. I don't think we should talk about him. I don't think we should make fun of him.
What just surfaced about Q from DAY26 and Diddy is honestly disturbing. We've heard for years that almost everyone who crossed paths with Diddy went through something. And the bad boy artist had it especially rough because he controlled every opportunity. But what Q has now revealed peeled back an even darker layer at a point when people thought there was nothing left to uncover. According to him, we've only just begun to see what was really going on.
I kept trying to get in contact with him because all I wanted was an apology. All I kept saying, like, could you apologize? Like, could you just apologize for what I can't talk about right now? But I just wanted to apologize because something was wrong with me, man. Something was wrong. And like on your last Vlad interview, you could look at me and tell like something was wrong. Like I wasn't the enthused person. I wasn't cute. I looked like stressed. I looked like I was in a dark place. So like you could tell like something was wrong. Like,
from what's being said, he woke up one day to find a tape of himself circulating, and it was allegedly recorded by Diddy. The most terrifying part was that he couldn't remember how it happened or when it happened at all. The only thing he was certain about was that it couldn't have occurred without Dawn Richards' involvement, allegedly helping Diddy as part of paying her dues. So the question becomes, what exactly is Q referring to here?
To Diddy?
Not as often as I'd like, but that's the homie forever. Wouldn't know that Puff had brought me out of a contract prior to even getting on the show. Like it wasn't I chose Puff over my group at the time. It was more of when someone does that, where I come from, you gotta respect that on a large level. So I gave loyalty to him. All his crazy, I look at things like that as loyalty. So I was loyal to him and I paid my dues back like a businesswoman should.
Right.
Until he said, okay, your dues are paid, and then I left.
If you've been paying attention since the Cassie situation in 2023, followed by the RICO charges that exposed just how protected Diddy was within the industry, then you already know the pattern. Diddy was known for keeping footage and documentation on nearly everyone who came into his orbit. That's how he maintained control and stayed untouchable. Most people assumed those tapes only came from Diddy's infamous freak-offs, believing anyone involved was knowingly participating and unaware that his homes were covered in cameras. But what if Q's story changes that narrative? Because somehow, Diddy still managed to get leverage over him, even though Q was extremely careful to protect his image. Q Mosley from DAY26 rarely spoke about Diddy at all, and when he did, he was visibly shaken, sometimes even breaking down in tears.
I don't understand. No, it's okay, bro. I don't understand why someone would sit down and think about hurting someone. I don't know. And or laugh about it after they do it, you know. Like, I don't get it. That's why I said none of them are innocent. I'm not here to expose anybody, but none of them are innocent, man. Like, none of them are innocent. Y'all all coming after this man for millions of dollars when y'all were a part of it as well.
Even earlier this year, when he appeared in an interview alongside the rest of his group, he looked uneasy and triggered when asked whether anything had ever happened between him and Diddy. It wasn't until his interview with Aubrey O'Day that the reason behind his silence became clearer. Around the height of DAY26's success, Q began dating Dawn Richard, who was also signed to Bad Boy Records. They became the first well-known bad boy couple since Faith Evans and Biggie. Their relationship was highly public and even turned into a major storyline on Making the Band. According to Q, one day Dawn approached him with a pill she said came from Diddy. She showed him another pill meant for herself, making it seem like they were planning to do something wild together later. But after Q took the pill, everything went black. When he came to, Diddy was standing over him with several other men in the room laughing. He woke up screaming, his body feeling like something had happened to him, even though he couldn't fully understand or explain what he was experiencing.
My ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. And she said,
Is that what she said it was?
Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red, and I took it because I thought I was gonna get freaky with my girlfriend. You know, we tried ecstasy before, and I trusted her that that's what it was. He gave her two. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out, blacked out. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
I don't know their names.
Are you talking about Diddy's
Diddy's
daughter?
twins, yeah.
Okay.
Diddy's twins, his girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed to cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And it felt like,
Yeah, take your time. It's okay. It's understandable that you're reliving this and emotion comes with it. There's just no merit.
it felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said I felt like they were trying to hurt me or Diddy was trying to make me sacrifice me that night.
Someone later left a comment explaining what Q may have gone through, saying, "The thing is, he wasn't asleep. He was awake the whole time. What felt like waking up was actually his consciousness returning to his body." That explanation lines up, especially when Q described poking Dawn and discovering that the pill was closer to a horse tranquilizer than anything recreational. It gets even darker when he revealed that Dawn never actually took the pill she claimed was for her. She only pretended to, giving him a false sense of safety. Once she saw he had taken it, she spit hers out and signaled for Diddy to come in. Q also mentioned there were 2 red pills, and she never took hers. That detail haunted him. It didn't feel like a shared moment, but more like an experiment, as if he were being tested to see how quickly he would break. His trust was betrayed, his vulnerability used against him. Afterward, he began suffering severe psychological effects, hallucinations, racing thoughts, paranoia, and overwhelming anxiety. His mind felt foggy, his memory unstable, as if he'd regressed. With the help of doctors and loved ones, he had to relearn basic things. That pill shattered him mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And Q made it clear he wasn't pointing fingers at just Diddy. He was also suggesting that Dawn Richard may have played a role. It didn't take long before Dawn responded with a statement of her own, saying, "I want to be unequivocally clear. I have never drugged anyone, nor have I ever given anyone pills to take. The suggestion that I did so is categorically false. If such a belief were genuine, it would be inconsistent with the actions that follow, such as inviting me into your home, introducing me to your sisters and family, and continuing a relationship with me. It would also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me, engaging with individuals I had previously expressed concerns about, and continuing to live with or provide favors to those same individuals. Many of those actions occurred while I was not present or even in contact with you. Do we really need any more proof at this point?" Dawn's statement felt like the same exact tactic Diddy and the jury used against Cassie. It boiled down to questioning why he would stay with her if she had done something so horrific to him. And did anyone else catch how, despite claiming she had no knowledge of the incident, Dawn somehow knew that Q introduced her to his family after it happened? Q never even specified when the incident took place, so how could she confidently frame his behavior as something that came afterward? It's almost like she told on herself. And she must have realized that too, because it didn't take long before the statement quietly disappeared. Instead, she let someone else step in to defend her, Diddy's former chef, Jordan, who jumped in claiming Dawn was lying, and that Q was essentially alone in how he felt.
Also, before I forget, Dawn Richard is not a liar. Dawn's not a liar. I was in LA for a lot of stuff that happened, and I was also in New York and the Hamptons. With Dawn and DAY26. So a lot of you know the trip where like after that Q lost his mind and he was never really the same. I was in the Hamptons. Actually forget how much that I was really around for. So yeah, Dawn Richard is not a liar, has never been a motherfucking liar. If you guys knew, okay, working for someone that weaponizes food and punishes people and not allowing them to eat or sleep and berating them and all of that, like, yeah.
But Q clearly wasn't backing down. After holding this in for over 2 decades, he seemed more than ready to finally let everything out. As soon as Jordan spoke up, he didn't argue with her or go back and forth online. He simply posted a clip from a very video he'd been referring to and let it speak for itself. Q pointed out that Jordan wasn't even present when everything happened, so how could she possibly know what went down unless someone else told her exactly what to say? And that video backed up everything Q had been describing. He looked completely disoriented and detached, the kind of confusion you don't just wake up with naturally. And the fact that he was soaking wet only made it more obvious that he had been given something extremely powerful. Dawn could be seen in the video laughing at him and deliberately scaring him. Fully aware of her role, in what had happened. Imagine waking up like that and slowly realizing you'd been set up. And there's another detail people may have missed. Right before the camera shifted, Diddy reached for something. It doesn't take much imagination to know what he was about to do. And the scariest part is, he may have still done it, which would explain why the camera moved away so quickly to keep it from being captured.
So that's why I said I feel like he's in jail, and I'm not judging anybody because I think he needs prayer and help, but he's in jail because he's a danger to himself, first of all, and he's a danger to the world right now. And I think there's a lot of people that are scared that didn't come out in the beginning, that are very scared because it's a scary situation. It's not just him that could possibly hurt you, it's people around him that are still close to him that could hurt you, or it's just really deep, man.
Say whatever you want about Q from Day26, but one thing is undeniable. His story about Diddy has never changed. That consistency makes it hard to believe he's exaggerating or chasing attention. And judging by the reaction online, a lot of people believe him. If Cassie's story deserves to be believed, then Q deserves that same level of trust and consideration too. Some are defending Dawn while completely ignoring her harmful behavior toward her group members and Q, yet praising Diddy only to later sue her. The inconsistency is glaring. She's always been a pick-me. Boy, I hope Diddy gets all he deserves and more. I watched that Day26 interview, and 4 out of the 5 members were crying because of what he did to Q. Honestly, watching that interview and seeing Q broke my heart. Q, I'm sorry you had to go through what you went through with Diddy. He doesn't go into much detail, but you can see the pain, the trauma, and how deeply it still affects him. Diddy deserves whatever is coming to him. What do y'all think? Do you believe Dawn Richard is still a victim of Diddy, or do you think she was both a victim and an accomplice? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.